Welcome to IntelliGear, friends. In this review of the Leatherman Juice C2, multi-tool functionality, pocket-sized. Available in other configurations, including one with scissors in lieu of the corkscrew, as well as thicker variants that carry more tools or tool options. While more options to choose from is a good thing, in my opinion, especially in regards to the wider juice models, they fall outside of its intended original use as a pocket-sized multi-tool. So let's talk design. Pretty good design, I'd say. It's easy to open. One of the things I do like is they put the knife outside the folder so you can get to that, and you corkscrew without having to open the whole thing up. So the material seems to be pretty good too. I have another Leatherman multi-tool, and from the packaging, it was rusting. Little rust spots. Before I even took it out of the packaging, it had little rust spots. And it's cosmetic, but still. There's a couple little spots on here where that's starting to happen. I guess they use the same type of metal for this, but for the most part, it's got a, I don't know what kind of a polish you would call that, but probably they apply it to a belt sander. So I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, doesn't seem to have as many spots where the rust can start. If I can zoom in here, where's my pointer? Let me see if I can bring this up where you can see it. You can see that it's different here. The finish is different here than it is on this surface here. And this is where it seems to rust. I don't know if my camera's going to pick that up, but there's ever so slight little indications of rust starting here. But like I said, it's just cosmetic, so it doesn't affect the functionality at all. So speaking of cosmetic, fit and finish, this has anodized covering, so it's pretty attractive red. It almost looks like a metallic paint, but that's just the aluminum behind it. Now, another thing I noticed is the Leatherman lettering here. It's starting to scratch off, and I noticed that underneath the lettering, it's not anodized. So what my hopes are is that when that all eventually rubs off, it'll still look cool because it'll just be the aluminum color. Anyways, so yeah, and then you got the polished rivets here that kind of highlight or jump out of the red anodized finish. I kind of like that. And then down the sides, everything has got a nice polish to it, and they even have stamped into each side Leatherman. I like that. It's pretty nice. And then we'll go right into the tool loadout. So I already showed you on the outside. I'll come back, but you have a few things on the outside there that you can access. But it's pretty easy to access your tools. You have little flick outs so you can get your fingernail down in there. And you have 3 different sized standard screwdrivers, and they are sharp. You gotta be careful when you're opening this thing. I actually nicked the end of my finger earlier today when I was cleaning this up for the review. But you got 3 different sizes of those right in there. And then they were nice enough. There's a micro one in here too. Let me see if I can pull it out without slicing myself. So yeah, you can see it. Really tiny one, fine tipped. So, and then they were nice enough to even put on this side a Phillips, and you can see the tip on that. It goes down to a pretty fine point. So, and then it's tapered, so it'll accommodate quite a few different Phillips size screws. Another thing here is they put this little lanyard loop. I just have some 550 cord run through there, And the reason I did that like a loop is so I can put it over my hand when I'm working, and then I can drop it and use my hands for other things, and then just come back to it when I need it, instead of setting it down and it getting all scratched up. Okay, so the plier head, like I said, it's got that that ground finish, like you put it on a belt sander. You have two different plier surfaces here. You have the needle, and I like the needle nose tip. That's a nice thing to have, because this is a smaller multi-tool. You're not going to be doing really hardcore prying with it. So it's better for precision things. And you can, let's see if we can get in there. You can see you've got fine teeth here for gripping. And then the larger part, which you could use on some, you know, some bolts and things, as long as they're not too big, it's got the bigger teeth. And then you have two types of wire cutters. You have a hard wire cutter, and a which is right here, and then softer wire cutter there. So those are excellent little things to have in here. And I mean, look at the precision here. Look at the craftsmanship here. That this thing is tight. I mean, it doesn't wobble very much at all. Good quality. So, and then I will go back out here to the outside and show you those tools. Alright, so got a nice little blade here. And I believe this is a chisel cut. I'm not 100% on that. But it had a good edge right out of the box. I haven't had to sharpen it yet. Granted, I don't use this as much because I also, this is in my EDC. It goes in my my Maxpedition micro pocket pouch. But anyways, you know, besides this, I also carry a Victorinox Pioneer. This is similar to the Soldier, so that does most of my knife detail. But it's nice to have a backup if you don't have time to sharpen the other one. Okay, so here's how the bottle opener works. Obviously, screw the corkscrew down in the cork, and if you can see, it can move either way. So what you want to do is tilt it back this way so you can get this onto the edge of the bottle. You can kind of see right here, there's this little notch. That's what that's designed for, to sit right on the edge of the bottle. And now it gives you a fulcrum, gives you some leverage. So you pull back on this end. Let me move this in a shot. You pull back on this end and put your thumb here and push down on that end. And you push and pull. And this is kind of awkward because I'm doing it sideways on the table so I can get the shot. But I'm just using an empty bottle here. And as you can see, pretty easy. It's a lot better than just having the corkscrew alone, like on a Swiss Army knife. And then last but not least, you have a bottle opener and a can opener. And this can opener, it's not the most graceful as compared to like my Victorinox Pioneer, but it's better than nothing. It's a good backup to have. So besides helping to get a corkscrew out, that also serves those functions as well. And there you have it, folks. The Leatherman Juice C2.